Either that's a misprint or some sort of misupdate, or it's just daft. I don't know.
Don't buy that, Joe.
Why not?
Get proper Celtic TV. Get the games live.
Obviously, I'm going to consult yourself about that. I mean, but I was looking at the possibility.
We don't. Our club does that. I'll be quite forward about it. We don't rip off Celtic. Celtic get more money at us because of the way we do it. We just pay extra so we can show it in Ireland because it's a location-based a blackout basically. We pay the same money to Celtic TV as what clubs in America do.
Well, it's geographic.
I mean, we don't rip anybody off. I'm pretty sure Celtic would be quite happy just to turn a blind eye at what we're doing because we're paying them the money anyway.
It's geographic.
We just pay for extra software to just hide the fact that we're in Ireland.
It's got something.
It costs us actually more.
I had this conversation because was it 5 years ago, 5-6 years ago. I went on holiday to France, and it was the time Tommy Burns died, and it was the game against Dundee United, and I wanted to watch it on my laptop. I was on a camping site and I had one hotel where I had Wi-Fi. But because it was geographically spotted, I could actually buy like a week's subscription and watch the game in the bar, which I did. Watch the last game of the season, which was brilliant, But if I could find a way around that, Celtic could have my money. You know what I mean? Not a problem.
Well, basically, you can get Celtic TV for £25 a month.
Is that what it is, huh?
Well, it's £20 just for Celtic TV. That's what it costs a month, and then you just have to go buy a VPN.
Yeah.
A $5 or whatever a month.
And Celtic still get the money, and that's like that.
Exactly. We're not ripping anybody off.
Yeah. You're just finding a way around the. It's a loophole that probably costs more.
Which is this is actually an archaic thing at this stage. Where I mean, it seems ridiculous to me that in Ireland they're not allowed to show Celtic TV.
What's the thing, though, Harper? I mean, it's this European. Is it European or British, Paul?
It's a European thing.
No, it's British. It's done to protect the lower league football. The premise being that if you show a game, the Celtic and whoever, nobody will go to fucking Albion Rovers versus Clyde or whatever. Because Bayern Munich show every game live in Germany at 3 o'clock on a Saturday or whatever, no problem at all. It just kind of comes to us, but it is. It's fucking. I mean, I can understand to a point Scotland, right? Fair enough. You might not affect your match-going crowd, but as you say, Ireland, even England. What fucking difference does it make you show the game to somebody in London?
What's the saying about for the minuscule amount of money you get from the TV deal?
Aye.
Why the fuck were you abiding by these rules? I mean, it's not like lads who travel for a week and go, thank Christ that's over. You know what I mean? I'm going to start watching the game on TV. It's not going to happen.
Well, I'll tell you, there'll be a fair. I mean, we're not talking millions here, but there'll be a fair revenue if suddenly you could buy Celtic TV in Ireland.
Mm-hmm.
I think most people would rather pay for that if they were going to get a good feed's another argument. Oh, that's another story, but you would rather do that than watch it with First Row Sports or whatever.
You used to have Celtic TV on Satanta. So you did. Right? You wouldn't get the games, but you would get the replays and you would get the huddle online. And I used to buy it. I mean, it was a €12 package or something like that. Maybe €15 package. Used to have it. It was good, and then it disappeared. But I actually think if Celtic had the option of streaming games in Ireland, that the support would raise.
Oh, definitely.
Without a doubt.
No shadow of doubt.
I see lads wearing Celtic tops, right, who don't support Celtic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that was what we spoke about the incompetence in Celtic and throughout Scottish football with the deals that they sign with these TV companies. It's madness. For the pittance that they get, why not just tell them not to piss off and just go back to Saturday 3 o'clock?
Right.
Would your sponsors be that raging that there's not a live game and it's only a highlights package? Because at the end of the highlights package, everybody would watch it, and surely we're still going to see a trackside sponsorship. It just seems madness to me, the way they sell their product for an absolute pittance. They just basically take what the TV companies give them.
Yeah, and exactly, and it's the 1.8 million you get a year is nothing to Celtic. It's absolutely everything to everybody else. They basically fucking pay their wage bills off of that. We've just, I know it's not out there now and stuff, but we've just signed a sponsorship deal with a new kit supplier, which is about treble a season. You know what I mean? That's the kind of things we can still command because we're a massive football club, and that'll be announced at the end of January or whatever. And I would just say to anybody, just don't buy any more night gear because it'll be worthless soon. But that's it. That's the kind of fucking waters that we still were able to swim in sponsorship deals. I mean, some of the fucking sponsorship deals other clubs are doing are literally the sort of things that fucking junior teams could fucking command. I mean, it's just such a disparity between us and the rest. And it seems to me that the only way that Scottish football sees he kind of making a competitive league is to try and weaken us at every opportunity, rather than actually make the other clubs prosper and better and stuff like that. You've got Aberdeen get trumpeted every single week. Oh, challenge this, challenge that. Most of the players will be gone in a year because they're all fucking late 20s, early 30s. There's no got tons of young players or developing or whatever. As McInnes signed fucking Flood and fucking Robson and all that mob and Russell Anderson back and all that. There has to be a long-term view. But I think it was that Anne Budge says, she said, nobody in fucking Scottish football ever takes a long-term view anything.
It's because they're waiting on Rangers, Paul. They're waiting on Rangers to come back. I mean, the great Wayne Hope.
They're waiting a long fucking time.
Fucking exactly.
They're in there. But I mean, you look at Aberdeen. Look at Aberdeen at Inverness at the weekend. They had as many fans there as we take.
Aye. Hearts took 7,500 at Livingston on Saturday.
There you go. It's that Hibs Zombies game. Bloody hell, that looked like the biggest attendance I'd seen at Easter Road for that new stadium went up. I know you couldn't move, and fair enough. Score it was as well. You're in the pub at but try to get in that Kennedy suite at 1 o'clock, couldn't get in. Sold. It was mobbed at that time. So there was now about 50 folk in the queue in front of us. We kind of let him in, so it was mobbed. So we went into the old London Road Tavern, that one that's been done up at Rio McCoy, and watched the game in there. I seen the bold Tony Cassidy.
Aye, he was at the do yesterday.
Seen the bold Tony, but Hibs slaughtered them, man. That was.
I know some smashing goals.
Watching that.
Some absolute cracking goals in that game, though.
We were actually just fawning about laughing at the end of it. It wasn't like celebrating and stuff. It was just like the Monty Python sketch with the like free Barabbas and stuff. You're looking into the bar and then just like free Barabbas. Free Roger.
Oh man!
Aye, it's just brilliant.
But hey, so know what? Kenny McDowell, wasn't he our
coach?
Kenny McDowell was our coach for years, eh?
He was their team coach.
But, obviously, he's a blue nose by.
Aye.
But I hear Brendan Tane's made a good point here in the chat room. Brendan Tane, who called me a fat bastard the other week. Brendan, I haven't forgotten that, mate. Jason saying 3 p.m. kickoffs makes it easier for supporters from England to come up. 12, 15 and 1 p.m. kickoffs. Kill it. Make that pointless.
Not according to Peter Wall. I'm the Brendan, to be honest with you. I think it's bullshit. I mean, there he goes. The game was at 3 o'clock on Saturday and the proof was in the pudding. Just look at the crowd compared to the week before.
Yeah.
See this survey, Jason Paul was useful or not? You asked them.
Aye.
I had it. It was true if you're a season ticket holder, you got a vote through your email address. I did. But yeah, but they done that after they changed like 3 or 4 of the games.
Aye.
And there's no way that doesn't affect the crowd. There is no way in this planet, if you're playing a game at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, there's going to be as many people turning up. They use the Irish as a barometer about the Irish supporters because it doesn't affect them with the ferries. How many Irish fans are coming over on the ferries for Sunday games?
I was on the ferry. Like, that's fucking...
How many, Joe? 200?
Not even. And
there you go. And that's the barometer they're using.
Yeah.
It's nonsense.
I'd say it was less than 150, Jason, the day I went.
But it's absolute nonsense that they're saying there is no big change in crowds playing the games at 1 o'clock compared to 3 o'clock. Absolute pish.
No, the proof was in the pudding at the weekend.
Yeah.
Well, exactly.
I don't know.
Get rid of the TV, just bloody get games at 3 o'clock a Saturday. For as I say, all the TV gives us, and your Aberdeen's Dundee United, if they're that desperate for that pittance that they get for the TV, then they're not really running their clubs very well. Because they could be selling out these stadiums and they could be generating the revenue for people coming in through the turnstiles.
Well, I mean, hopefully there might be a bit of renaissance coming because that's Aberdeen now debt-free. Hibs are on the way to being debt-free. Hearts, although they basically cheated, are now debt-free. So hopefully if they do actually, you say they do run their clubs properly, then they can have a wee bit of renaissance and start, building it, because they have got. These are three clubs in Scotland who have got decent hardcore supports, you know what I mean? They can attract crowds and stuff. In terms of the telly, one of the things I thought about was that if they're not going to show Scottish football, then why not just pay-per-view? Get Sefco to have an AGM every week and just pay-per-view that. I'll fucking buy that every week.
Aye, there's a danger.
For the minute the gazebo came on the fucking park,
it's not even a tent anymore.
So the reports about guys getting restrained by shoes and not fucking each other, I thought, oh, this is fucking brilliant.
Seemed like they had a badge in the front of the gazebo and it fell off.
We know that we're expecting you to do anything, but we're going to sit 50 yards away for you all. Oh God! Back in the days, it was succulent lamb. Now it's succulent fucking spam.
It's. I really think they're not going to make it to the top division.
I think I'm completely right.
I don't know if you say. This is nothing would surprise me in football now. But I reckon Pardew's taking the fucking Palace job, and McCoy's is favourite for the fucking Newcastle job.
No chance.
That's the buzz. That's the buzz. Pardew he fucked off after the game yesterday, and blah blah blah, and that was that. And then now they're saying, McCoy is now the bookie's favourite for the fucking Newcastle job.
Did you get cut off there?
No.
I just took delivery to gin and tonics, so I hope you're willing to go through it longer.
I've got plenty of wine and beer here.
But see, to be honest with you, if they keep this McDowell character, the helm, and they don't get empty in that's got half a brain, Hibs will utterly destroy them in the playoffs.
Oh God, aye.
Hearts have won the league. That's over.
Aye.
But,
explain how did the playoffs work? I thought it was just the second. Is it not just the second?
The second, third, fourth, and fifth.
It's tough.
I think second plays fifth and third plays fourth, and then it's a final.
No, it's fourth plays third. Then the winner of that plays second, and then the winner of that plays the second bottom team in the SPL.
Right, that's what it is.
The second bottom team came in there, aye.
Right, okay, so it's not just Hibs they need to worry about.
Are they not in danger of getting points stripped off for these SFA charges that they're facing?
Well, Livingston were practically stripped for the same thing.
Aye, that's what I mean. So they're in danger of not even being in that second spot.
Well, I think Hibs are a far better team than them. They took 3 of them at Ibrox and they took 4 of them there. So Stubbs has got them gone. I think Queen of the South are a better team than them as well. And I wouldn't really look Falkirk. They're always kind of there or thereabouts. Added to the fact that you just said, they could easily just completely implode. 2 weeks ago, I had the misfortune to listen to Radio Clyde talk about how Lewis McLeod was the most exciting young player in Britain, to which my immediate reaction was, who? And then it was kind of like, all these clubs are going for him. And then the day the Evening Times reported that, had me back, Brentford are in for him. And it's just like, what the fuck? It's just like, this was the guy they were pinning their fucking hopes on. They were also pinning their hopes on Lee Wallace, this fucking magician at left back, who got absolutely slaughtered on Saturday. That's it. And there's no saleable assets here. Who the fuck's got to buy Kenny Miller or Chris Boyd or Ian Black, who can't last half an hour at Easter Road, for fuck's sake?
Newcastle with the sounds of things.
The Loving Cup must be worth a few quids, that cup they also on about in quaff champers on a yearly basis. So I don't know, that'd be worth a few. Maybe Craig's nicked that.
I think that's the next step. Sell the silver. That's the next step.
That's probably sell.
That's leased out to somebody. You know what I mean? I'm fucking. They're done. I actually think we said last week. I actually think it's over.
Aye.
I think it's over.
I'll go on the record as saying I don't think they'll play in the SPL next season.
I think I'll actually play in the SPL for another couple of years.
Well, I could be right.
There's
probably more chance of them liquidating than getting any further forward.
Coming back
the thing that fucking just keeps me fucking warm in bed at night is that Hibs are getting closer to fan ownership.
Yeah.
Hearts are basically at fan ownership. These dicks are fucking still selling red and black strips and fucking, tacky merch